Hey, it's day 71 of Drop 'em 78, and here's Temperance from Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot. Another beautiful depiction based on the Estensi deck. You can see that she's got this bicolored dress, which we also see in the Marseille Tarot. And to help us out with that, I want to read the entry from Cesare Ripa from 1603 from his Iconologia, and I'll show you an engraving from the 18th century made by Hertel. And Ripa's words are, "The personification of temperance is a woman dressed in purple who holds a bridle in one hand and the balance wheel of a clock in the other. Behind her stands an elephant. Purple is a color made up of two very different colors, red and blue. Just as neither of the component colors of purple dominates the other, so temperance is a happy balance between desire and reason. As the bridle restrains a horse, so does temperance hold appetites in check. The balance wheel of a clock is the part which marks off the units of time, just as temperance tells when it is time for action and time for quiet. According to Piero Valeriano, the elephant is the most temperate of animals, never eating any more than it needs." I'm not sure how true that is about elephants, but we can see that temperance is depicted as something having to do with moderation, measure, and control. And we can perhaps see where the red and blue dress tradition comes from. Remember, the four cardinal virtues come from Persian culture and were adopted by ancient Greece, and the ancient Greeks considered her to have control over the four humors, which were considered to be fluids. Fluids or water also represent emotion, and so my interpretation tends to be emotional control, which is one of the most common dictionary definitions of temperance. And this symbolism having much more to do with the skill it is required to pour this fluid the way she is, more than the idea of dilution, as she is sometimes considered to be diluting wine with water. And Burston notes that the virtues are considered to be antidotes to the seven sins, and she was originally considered to be an antidote to wrath, and only in more modern interpretations to be an antidote to gluttony, which includes drunkenness. The Old Balinese interpretation is time, timepieces being one symbol for measure and control. And remember, the image from Cesare Ripa included a balance from a clock. And this image of temperance includes her holding an hourglass. This is Allegory of Good Governance by Lorenzetti, 1340, in the Palazzo Pubblico in Siena. De Mellet interpreted this card as an angel instructs man on the avoidance of death, which probably has to do with her placement triumphing over the death card. And Coeur de Gébelin simply labeled her temperance. Upright, Hewson considers her to mean self-restraint, moderation, chastity, virtue generally, and reverse could mean any kind of excessive self-restraint. I really like Lee Burston's definition that says a proper balance of character traits leads to psychological health. We're enjoying some pretty temperate and moderate holiday festivities here and keeping it pretty relaxed. I will see you again tomorrow.